Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, we're diving into a book that's basically a total game changer for how people think about their bank accounts. We're talking about Robert Kiyosaki's all-time bestseller, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Look, this isn't just about having a big paycheck. It's about that mental shift you need to stop chasing cash and start making it work for you. Let's break down these two totally different paths for your future. The Tale of Two Dads. So, Robert grew up with two very different mentors. His poor dad was his biological father, a super smart guy with a PhD and a solid government job. But even with that resume, he was always stressed about bills. Then there was his rich dad, his best friend's father. This guy didn't even finish high school, but he spoke the language of money better than anyone. His poor dad would say, "I can't afford that." But his rich dad would ask, "How can I afford that?" That one little shift in the way you ask questions, that's where it all starts. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. Most people are stuck in what we call the rat race. You know the drill. Wake up, go to work, pay the bills, repeat. This whole cycle is driven by two things: fear and greed. People are scared of not having enough, and they're greedy for the next shiny thing they can buy. The rich, they don't play that game. Instead of trading their time for a paycheck, they focus on finding or creating big opportunities. They don't let their feelings run their finances. They use their heads to build systems that bring in money while they sleep. Lesson 2. Financial literacy is everything. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you actually keep. We've all seen those stories about lottery winners who end up totally broke a few years later. Why? Because they didn't have a foundation. Think of your wealth like a skyscraper. If you want to build something that really hits the clouds, you gotta dig a deep, solid foundation first. In the money world, that foundation is financial education. If you don't understand how money flows, it's just gonna flow right out of your hands. Lesson 3. Assets versus liabilities. This is the number one rule in the book. You have to know the difference between an asset and a liability. Here's the deal. An asset puts money into your pocket, like a rental property or stocks. A liability takes money out of your pocket, like that car loan or credit card debt. The biggest mistake people make, thinking their house is their biggest asset. Look, if you're paying the mortgage, the taxes, and the insurance every month, it's a liability. The rich focus on buying assets, while everyone else buys liabilities and thinks they're assets. Lesson 4. Mind your own business. There's a huge difference between your profession and your business. Your profession is what you do 40 hours a week to get a salary. Your business is what's happening in your asset column. Ray Kroc, the guy who started McDonald's, used to say he wasn't in the hamburger business. He was in the real estate business. He knew the land under those golden arches was the real wealth. To get ahead, keep your day job, but start building your own business on the side with investments that don't need you there 24/7. Lesson 5. The rich invent money. In the real world, it's usually the bold who get ahead, not just the smart kids. Financial intelligence is all about being creative and seeing the deals that everyone else is missing. Your brain is your most powerful asset. When the economy hits a rough patch, a financially smart person doesn't panic. They look for discounted real estate or undervalued stocks. They don't just wait for luck to show up. They invent their own wealth by solving problems. Lesson 6. Work to learn, not to earn. Robert's poor dad was all about job security. His rich dad was all about learning. Robert actually took a job at Xerox, not because he liked the pay, but because he was shy and wanted to learn how to sell. Selling is easily one of the most important skills you can have. To be a winner, you want to be a generalist. Learn a bit about marketing, law, accounting, and how to lead people. Before you take a job, ask yourself, what am I going to learn here? Instead of, what's this going to pay me? The bottom line wealth isn't just a high salary. It's the freedom you get from owning assets. It starts with a choice to educate yourself and escape that rat race for good. Thanks for hanging out for this summary of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now go out there and start building that asset column.